kiss from within, kiss from within. Know that I've been kissed from within.
You give nothingness to nothingness.
Take me away until only You give emptiness to emptiness. Take me away till only Before a wave rises, it is ocean. Before desire moves, it is emptiness.
You give everything to everything.
Take what I am not until only You give nothingness to nothingness. Take me away until only This eternal moment, there are no desires. Just keep quiet and see what you really are. Before a wave rises, it is ocean. Before desire moves, it is emptiness.
Give nothingness to nothingness. Take me away
Until only You give emptiness to emptiness. Take me away until only You give nothingness to nothingness. Take me away until only You give emptiness to emptiness. Take me away until only house without walls, floors, or ceiling, the abode of my heart, same home for every being. And sometimes he blows a storm through this open space, and in the eye of the storm I can still see his grace. Oh, Bhagavate, oh, Sadguru Ramana ki jai. Oh, Arunachala, oh, Sadguru Muji ji ki jai. Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shiva take me home. Now if I make believe that this house belongs to me, with walls made of stone and doors made of steel, then there is no doubt that it would crumble, get caught in a tornado that never seems to pass. But how could a storm destroy what's nothing? And what would it leave behind except silence? Oh, Bhagavate, oh, Sadguru Ramana ki jai. Oh, Arunachala, oh, Sadguru Muji ji ki jai. Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shiva take me home. Shiva take me home. Muji take me home.
Replace me with thee. Remove me, let only you remain. Replace me with thee. Remove me, let me die before I die. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Satchidananda. Om Satchidananda. Om Satchidananda. Om Satchidananda. Om. You remove me until only I remain. You replace me with thee. You remove me until only truth remains. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Shivaya.
Thank you, my dear. Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. We do the recording after the Satsang.
I just have to leave early.
Oh, you have to leave early?
Sharon's not there. Yes, they must go to work.
You're feeling to do the recording for Guruji's birthday. We wanted to send a message. Who feels that there is something left? One hand. Something left to be done, something left to be seen, some state yet to be realized. Ego is left, but it is seen that you are not the ego. Then it's not ego. You see, ego means the sense that this that is not me is me. When you see that ego is left, means you already see it. You see, that means what? That the mind continues to function. And sometimes it gets a belief. You see? Sometimes. But right now when you look, you see ego is left. You see? So you see that if you see it, then you are not it. You see? Sometimes it just feels like there's this lump of energy which just appears in front of me. And I'm actually in no way concerned by it. This lump of energy can consist of this body, thoughts, emotions, all of these things. And similar that it's just moving on its own. Just like these hands are moving on their own. I'm not saying this hand go like this hand go like. It's just moving. This talking is just flowing on its own. I'm just watching all of this. It is the same for all of us. And yet this sense of doership, me and mine, gets picked up. Actually, we're just seeing it as the witness of it, just being watched. The seeing, what is the seeing doing? If we were to even forget about the concept of consciousness for a minute, yes. So all is just seeing appearance. Forget about consciousness for a minute. There is appearance, and there is an awareness of the appearance. What is the awareness doing about anything in the appearance?
It's neutral.
Huh? Just witnessing it, because even the taste of it is happening for consciousness. So when I say that forget about consciousness means forget about my dynamic aspect. I as awareness has this instrument. It's just like, what is a good example? Um, Suppose I had a special glove which can participate in some other realm. You see, so consciousness is like that. It's still me, still a part of me, but it's not the entirety of me. It's made up of me, but and yet it is not the entirety of me. Just as what is experience is just a small aspect of me. So this one is feeling, tasting everything that is there in this realm. But the witness of this, that which sees this, what is happening to that? Is it
Neutral.
it's neutral, isn't it? So if this is neutral, then what are we working towards?
There's
Can
no
it
working
ever get out of
towards.
neutral? Suppose it's like the gear in the car. Does it ever come to first or second? It's always in neutral, isn't it? No matter what is happening, what the road conditions are, what traffic is there, whether they're bullock carts like in India sometimes, or whether they're speed trains, it's always in neutral. unaffected by any of this. So, then what are we working to fix?
The inability to identify with that awareness as you.
But does that also affect awareness?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't care.
even that, whether being is identifying as a person or as awareness is untouched by it.
Yes.
So that dynamic aspect, my arm, it's like the arm is forgetting what it is and thinks it's a separate arm. Actually, it's still part of the body. So at the end, then I know it's defeating the purpose of satsang itself, but ultimately it has to be said that even the recognition of the self as awareness, to awareness doesn't matter. It is only for consciousness. So consciousness believing itself to be an entity made up of this matter, or recognizing itself to be the source of itself to be this awareness itself. That's the only switching that's happening, isn't it? Nothing is happening for the person because person doesn't exist. Being is going from identifying as this non-existent entity to seeing what it truly is, and for awareness, nothing has happened. Is it? Yeah. So, if you recognize even for an instant that I am this awareness, then we see that even the play of consciousness is not relevant for me.
But is the pure consciousness actually happening?
Yeah, you can say it is not. For awareness, nothing is happening.
So what are you working at?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. We're working at best when we're talking from the level of being, which has identified itself to be a person using the power of belief. We're working at removing all these misconceptions. But it is not as if even by picking up these beliefs, something happened even to consciousness. You see, deeply identified as it might be, it is not suffering from the identification. It's only believing it is suffering. Concept of suffering is only very personal. So once it believes itself to be a person, then it can suffer. How can consciousness itself suffer? There's being. So when I say, can you stop being what is found there, this being, the presence, how will we make the presence suffer? Nothing can make the presence suffer.
But if you are in pain,
Yes. Pain can be there. Pain is experienced.
experience, but there is a tendency to get out of it. I don't want this.
Yeah.
That is there. Will it be there?
This urge can be there very primarily that this is tasted but it's not nice. Is it? So, it's tasted but it's not nice. I like the taste of no pain better. Is it? I like the taste of pleasure better. So this is the primal functioning of this realm. Most primal. Pain avoidance and pleasure seeking, even in animals. You see? So this realm is created with these rules, and these pain and pleasure will be experienced as long as this realm is being perceived. So this is not going anywhere. But the sense that there is a me that is suffering from this, this holding on, non-acceptance or resistance of pain, that will drop. And you will find that once accepted, then usually it is found that pain is a lot easier to deal with than we thought. Once accepted, even doctors are coming to this conclusion that it is best not to fight. Accept that it is there, and then in this play, if a pill has to be popped or something has to be, then something will come. If it is unbearable, then you lose consciousness. See, if it is truly unbearable, You lose consciousness. If it cannot be experienced anymore, it will stop. If it reaches that end of the spectrum, it will stop. So pain can be there very strong, but without the label very strong, then it's usually helpful. Which doesn't mean that we don't take painkiller or something. It's very natural. If something has to be done about it with doctor's supervision, I'm not against medical practice. I've seen sages also take medicine. When something is wrong with the machine, then you have to oil the machine. You can't say it's an enlightened machine. It's like the car example. If you're free and you have a car, does it mean the car will never break down? Or some might in India actually believe that, but it doesn't happen. Just like this body is like a car, beautiful, much more sophisticated instrument. Why will it not break down? A lot of the burden that is imposed by this thinking, of course, is dropped naturally. But in the natural, every sage has lost the body, except the one that some you read about in the stories, whose bodies have lasted thousands of years. Maharaj, Bhagwan.
So for awareness, it's all nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like, so whatever we're talking here is just nothing.
Yes.
There's no story to it. But you see a different perspective.
Yes.
I don't know how to put it. Like, I mean, the perspective.
But it's important to see that we need to switch the perspective for there to be a story. That much is clear, isn't it? Okay, now you switch perspective to be. Then what happens?
Actually, I don't know. It doesn't make any like. I can't put this in words, but felt like there was an identification with all the conditioning. And then it just drops. Whatever has to drop just drops. And sometimes even the presence is not felt.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the difference between presence and awareness. But sometimes it's very clear that this existence is presence.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if they are one or sometimes that will also not felt.
Yes.
But then mostly it's felt like for awareness it's all nothing.
Yes.
But then during the daily activities it feels like something's going on and there's a family, roles are being played.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's just there's no story to anything actually. But it feels like there is a story. It's amazing.
That's the whole point of this Leela. Imagine if you went to a movie and it was all a collection of non-connected moments. Every scene was disconnected. You would still try, like some independent filmmakers will try to make these kind of movies, but you still try to create some pattern about it. See, now that one is connected to this one, then it's connected to this one. So this sense to storify is very much strong when we to enjoy this realm.
How does it happen though? Like it just feels so everything is so coherent. Like the story is so
So
like it
coherent.
yeah, it feels like everything is like moving according to like perfect.
Yes. So it can seem like it's programmed as if it's a beautiful pattern and things like that, but once you remove the me out of the equation, then it can still be seen to be a beautiful flow of life. You see, a beautiful story can exist, but it's no longer my story, which is the important thing.
But when it felt like it was your story, it felt like a real story.
Yes.
Like, not a story like real.
Yeah, really happening to
really,
me. Like when I remember when I was an atheist, I used to say things like, God is for losers. Those who don't have faith in themselves have invented this concept of God, and they just. But the thing was that in the delusion, I never questioned who this myself is. Faith in who? Myself. You see, the term was myself, but there was no understanding of what myself is. just the presumption that I am this body-mind entity. These are my thoughts, these are my actions. So when it was seen that this myself, the way I imagined it to be, doesn't exist at all, then all there exists is God, or any label that you want to. You can also say all that exists is me. Depends on how you look at it.
There is no sense of me in the tiniest bit in this form.
Yeah. Yes, but the mind tries to then, as you are doing the exploration, tries to convince you that the sense I am itself is personal. That's what it does. So the presence is experienced. Say, yeah, this is me. Then we try to see what is the nature of this consciousness. And we find that it is completely impersonal. There is no desire, there is no want. There's nothing personal that exists here primarily without believing a thought.
All that is true, but this sense of personality,
Mm.
you are saying that completely dissolves. And you're saying like all these forms which are appearing in front of me could be said to be just another image in this I am.
Yes.
But the identification of I am with the body is not like similar to the appearance of other forms. There is a sense of me with the body, strong sense of me. It is not just a living thought. And
The sense of I amness with this body. So we must explore this because this is a very beautiful place to come to. When we explore like this, it can feel like, oh, I am is only in this body. It's not experience in that or that. It's only experience in this body. But actually, you will find that this body is experience in the I am. I've been taking you through this, isn't it? That if you really look, you will find that the body is experienced within the I am, and not the I am within the body. Once you see like this, then you see that this body is here and its sensations are being experienced here. But it is still just a set of sensations within me, nothing beyond
but
that.
if it is very impersonal, then why it is experiencing just one body?
Yes, but the
five senses.
Yes, but the body is not the person.
Yes. But there is the identification of I am with the body.
Yes, this sense that this body has an intimate relationship with the I am. This sense can be there because the sensations from this are seemingly felt. And the only way to, or rather, beautiful way to look through this particular body is just remember that even dreams have other bodies which seem as intimate as this. So that can be checked also. To see that it's not just this body which is experiences sensations, there are other bodies which also experiences sensations. So there is nothing inherently stable about this body also. It is also coming and going. So then when this is seen, then you see that this realm is experienced through this lens of this body. A lot of sensations are experienced.
So just to get the example of analogy of a dream, in that way I could relate that in dream when this scene happens, that no appearance in this dream is me, then there is just seeing and no identification with any portion or any form of the dream. But in waking state, the identification with the body is still continuous.
But even in this dream, you say that yes, this dream is here. If you're talking about like a lucid dream, yeah?
No, for example, there was a dream which a story, complete story was going on, but there was no particular form in the dream which I could say that this was me.
So you're having an out-of-body experience in a dream. It's like that. Some people have reported out-of-body experiences where they say that they are not in the body, but they see the entire realm. So this also happens even in this realm. It happens.
So when I'm completely clear, then should I not be having this experience that this body is not me?
Yes, yes. It will be clear. It is clear actually that this body is not me, because this me which you are saying it is not found. The I am is not presuming that this is me. The sense I am is there. Is the I amness without being contaminated by thought, intuitively saying that this is me? So the identification of the body, as primal as it might seem, still needs to keep reinforcing, nourishing itself with thoughts about the body and it being my body. Not to believe any body thought, then very quickly this body identification will remain to that. You remember I've spoken about it not being zero, but at that minimal level, where sages are not jumping off terraces and things like that. This body is one with the world. Like that much.
For example, even sometimes like we have the instance that we are the space in which this entire form is appearing,
Yeah.
even the body itself. But even at a time, there is like
Now, the sensations of this body seem more intimate. That's what this is. Yes. That's how it is designed. It is designed like that. The sensations of one particular body seem so intimate that that capacity to believe it to be mine exists. So it continues to remain like that. But the sensations of this one will be experienced more directly, and as it is found that it's just a set of appearances within me, then that sense of delusion type attachment to the body will wash off with the minimal one, which is necessary for body preservation, that will continue. It will not be like many have these images of body image and that affects their esteem and things like that. All that will drop. Because you see, it's just a beautiful gift. Maybe sometimes I remember contemplating like this that if I didn't have this body, I have done some very crazy contemplations in my life. If I didn't have this body, and someone came to me and said that I have these bodies, how much are you willing to pay for this body? Say everything to get a sophisticated instrument like this with which to experience this realm, which is self-healing. There's so many millions of processes going on. Now, all the wealth in the world is not enough to buy this
but
body.
that indicates the still the in this preservation of the desire for life, for experiencing.
Mhm.
In the one in whom the desire for life itself, the desire for experiencing itself vanishes. It won't be there.
But what I'm saying is that if you were to buy this instrument off the shelf, see, it's a beautiful instrument, so why have an aversion towards it?
There is no aversion, but there is no desire also. That is self.
It's okay. It's good.
So even sages this continues and the fire of the body.
This I no the intimately is experiencing the sensations which are experienced in the body, seeming so intimate that continue. But this sense that I am the body doesn't continue. It is seen that the body is within the I am. But it is not
So,
like
if
in the sages, it's not like, at least, I shouldn't say in the sages, at least from what is experienced here, it is not like I can experience the sensations in that body like they're happening in this body. That ability is not.
it would help though if it was there once in a
No,
while.
it would be a pain, no?
Because
Literally, it would be a pain.
correct, but at least you will know that I am isn't. You're able to the body identification loosens a bit.
Yeah, there is no fixed location for I am.
Yeah, you
But that you
can.
can see right now. When you check right now, where is the I am, the presence, and whether the body is experienced within that, just see where is the body sensed, within what space.
Space. There's no definition to it.
There's no definition to it. But it's inside you. Who experiences the sensation of the body?
The realm, kind of.
Huh?
The realm.
Then how you report on it?
I mean, there is no definition to the one experiencing the experience.
Okay, just experience it directly now and speak from there. Don't make any pictures of it. Right now, experience how your hand is experienced. Is it experienced inside you or outside you? Sensations from your hand, are they experienced inside you or outside you?
Inside.
Inside. Find out all the boundaries of your body and see how they are experienced inside.
It feels like that's the key. Relative
Yes.
for a boundary in a sensation.
Exactly.
It's only thought as you come and say. You don't leave
No,
that thought
yeah,
out.
a thought as a visual also.
Leave that out, there is no proof. Because inside also you don't feel anything. You don't feel your heart.
Yes.
Same outside.
Yes, because we always presume that inside me is inside the body. It's not experienced inside the body. So the sensations of the boundaries of the body are experienced inside me. Now this inside me or this me, what are the boundaries of this?
There is
There's no boundaries. So this boundaryless one, is it suffering from anything happening in the body? This space where all of this is being experienced, which has no boundaries, does that have any trouble with anything?
It doesn't.
It doesn't have. Then can we find the one that does have trouble?
It's an idea. Yes.
It doesn't exist. You see? So just like this in this direct checking, is the unraveling of it, we find that this body and all that is experienced in this realm is experienced inside me. We'll use the word me for now. But you can say inside I am. And this I amness has no boundaries. You see? So the one that has the resistance, that has some trouble with anything that is appearing, this one when we look for, we say, where is it? It's not even an experience like that. So we can say the sense of me dissolved, but it's not even a sense like that. Not like the sense I am. The sense of me is just this imagined idea of an entity. So when we find that this entity actually doesn't exist, and the body is just another set of sensations experienced within the I am, it's very simple, very natural, moment to moment. Is this, we are not listening to this voice which is saying this is the way life should be, this is my body, this is the way I have to go. All these psychological conditioning, all that has no place because we can't find the entity which is holding this.
Is that entity required for basic preservation of the body? Or?
No, the sense can be very intuitively managed also, that I need to be severely deluded by the mind to harm this body. So if I have some like proclamation to make that I am one with the universe, I am not the body, like this coming from the mind, then I will do some tricks like wanting to jump off some cliff or something like that. But if you're not in that, very naturally this, yet I cannot predict. So tomorrow intuitively if the sense comes that enough with the body, then maybe this will also die. But I can tell you that from right now, this sense is not there. That something, this body should also be left or something.
With respect to the regular day-to-day care
Yes.
and preservation of the body, is this idea required or
No.
not required?
Very intuitively it can go. But if it seems like a little bit of it is there, then it's okay. It doesn't hurt. Because I've seen why I say this again and again, although it's giving others some trouble, is that many have taken this too far in the sense of they want to prove so much that they're not the body. It's like, I'm fasting for 20 days. I'm not touching food or water. You see, I'm living only on prana. Why? The food, people are getting you food, then just eat. Why you want to live only on prana? You see, these kind of things. I don't take medicine. I won't go to a doctor because I am beyond the body. The body is still appearing. So if it's appearing, then why not? So like that. So this much intelligence can operate intuitively, but even if it operates like in a seemingly egoic sense, I think that is better than giving the ego the idea that I'm not the
Like
body.
eating the right kind of food, the right kind of nutrition. That requires some amount of this thing, or even
I
that
feel
will
very
flow.
naturally
Even that
it will come. Very naturally it can come. Because what is here, at least in my experience so far, is not vindictive towards the body.
supportive to the body.
It is so far. I don't know. Maybe at some age, once it seems that this utility of this one is not so much, it might just drop that sense of being supportive to this body. I'm not sure. But so far, it's been always supportive.
Okay, Father, since we have touched this topic, and I was contemplating a lot on this topic also. I didn't study a lot of time, then so it will be too Advaita.
Two non-Advaitic.
Too Advaita.
Two Advaitic.
So if I'm allowed to use Advaita,
Yeah, please.
okay. If I do not accept any duality, and in this sense that there is this I am, and there is a separate entity called God, which is taking care of this life, which is apart from me.
There is a sense I am, and there's God.
There is a sense of me, and there is the identity.
It's
There is
being
an
very
I.
non-Advaita of you.
There is an I,
There is an I.
and there is a separate entity called God, which is taking care of life, and I am just the awareness, just the witness of it. So if I do not accept
But we
this,
never said it's a separate entity. We always said that it's a dynamic aspect of the same I.
so if we look it in that way, then I could say that I am moving this hand also, and I am the witness of the movement also. And when we contemplate in this way, that there is no any other entity called God or any supreme power, which is the cause of the movement of this phenomenon of existence. And if we talk only in the sense of complete oneness, then I would say that okay, this sense of I am has no boundaries or limitations. This body is appearing in this space
Yes.
of I am. And these other bodies which are appearing in front of me, I could say that they are just,
Also experience in the same space of I.
they are not even experienced, they are just the images.
Images.
Like
Images also experience.
Like the bubbles on the surface of the ocean. So,
Whose experience are these bubbles? Same I am.
but there is a kind of distinction between
Yes,
the experiencing
that's
of
what I said.
these forms and this form which is present here. So from that perspective, I was talking that the sense I am in the body, in this body.
There is no sense of I am in this body. The body is within the I am.
So from that perspective, this body is within that I am, but these bodies which are appearing
Are where?
are,
Not as intimately. I know what you're saying.
I think
Because
that,
you're not experiencing the sensations
Yeah.
of these bodies which are
like
appearing.
there is a aliveness, there is a vibration which is present in this body, like a life which is
No,
present in this body.
it is the body which is present in that vibration. That's what. So it's replacing the words I am with life, or the vibration will not help because you're talking still of the same I am.
But there is a feeling of aliveness in this
That
body.
is the I am.
Okay. And but isn't it different?
Unless you're talking about the sensation. Okay, there's a sense of presence which is experienced when you ask the question, can I stop being? See? Is that the aliveness which you're talking about?
No, the phenomenal aliveness also.
The sensations of the body.
Sensations also. Like the vibrations, the energy,
Yes.
all these things also.
Experience.
But this is distinct from the other appearances. So in a way, I could say that this form is special than these forms, isn't it?
It's experienced specially, yes.
It's experienced special. So isn't it like so? This specialness is means allowed.
Allowed means what? This is what the experience is. Just like the dream body, in that it seems like, oh, this is the body that I have for now. Just like this body. No, we must not say about what is allowed or not allowed. We must always say true to our experience. Then we cannot go wrong. Because if someone comes and says that I experience the sensations in every body, the same as the sensations in this body which has been here, then I will say, okay, what kind of siddhi did you have to get that superpower? Because to me it doesn't seem natural. You see, if I had to experience the pain which exists in all the bodies in this room right now, then I would say I don't want that. The sensation of what is here is enough for now.
So when you ask that check that whether there is any specialness still present here, then you are referring only to the psychological aspect.
Yes, the sense that there is a entity, me entity, which owns the body, which thinks there's something so special or something.
Experientially, there would be expressions in this form.
No, experientially, the sensations are experienced, and it can seem like these sensations belong to this body. Although even that can be questioned because the body is one appearance, the sensations are other appearances. But it's okay, just to converse, we can say like that.
Differentiation with the other.
Yeah. So, just simply speaking, this in this realm how it functions is that one seemingly body and its sensations seem more intimate than others. When he gets stuck in this Advaita trap that every body should be experienced the same way, then I'll be free. It's not. It's only the dissolution of this idea that I am a separate entity which owns this body. But there is an entity which owns this body, which is personal in some way. That dissolves. Not that the sensations of the body dissolve.
Yes. Omnipresence is a
Yes, yes.
is what you define about this.
Omnipotent.
Omnipotent,
Yes.
omniscient. So, for master omnipresence, you can manifest it. Like for experience I had, I have experienced the omnipresence of my master.
Yeah.
This Satsang Baba.
Yeah.
I was boasting about my fiance. We were going to Baba as approval to get married. I was boasting and he repeated, "No, well, you're talking to this guy, you're not even married to." Because even Satsang Baba circles, you're not supposed to look at boys and boys can look at girls and strict. But he was just joking. But he was aware that I said I'm a boxing captain and all there's a cricket captain and all that. He was aware. He was at a whole mountain was hearing all this. Yeah. So this omnipresence is felt by him. He endorsed the fact that he's all knowing. And also, Amma, when I was doing Archana, and I was doing Archana with her, I was totally attached to Baba, but I loved Amma also. And then she was leading us into Archana and she was telling us, the outside, you do the outside and take the form inside also into your heart. Then when she asked us to take her form inside the heart, I said, this is cheating. I love my Baba, why should I take your form as my Guru? I said, it's not cheating. This is not cheating. At that moment, she told me, this is not cheating. To the entire thousands of people. So the omniscience she has endorsed. And I was told to out of them.
Let's look at it scientifically. Funny, one thing I want to say before we start looking at it scientifically is that why after going to two that knew everything, you come here to one that knows nothing at all? You see, it makes no sense.
You get me there.
Okay, the second thing I want to say is that one is omnipresent. Omnipresent means is everywhere, isn't it? So then only that one must be, you see. So Baba is everywhere. Then where is the question of Baba and Amma and Ananta? Then only Baba must be, or only Amma must be, or only Ananta must be.
That is how it is.
No, we must look at it this way, you see. Otherwise, the mind can come and create duality and say that, oh, is he omnipresent or she is also omnipresent? Ananta, I don't think is interested in any presence at all.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I'm saying, I'm just joking. So, so is it scientific to believe that two being present then only must be one? Then Baba and Amma must be one.
No. Yeah, but at that moment when you're sadhaka, you're struggling to understand things. All these
Okay, let
things.
me demystify it. Let me demystify it. What is omnipresent is your own presence. Everything is experienced within that. That's what we've been talking about. That is what it means when it is said that
What I picked up is that sensation. The body is in the I am, and the feeling in this body is more immediate than the feeling in this body or that body, all the other bodies. Although all these bodies are felt here in this, I can't feel that intimacy of the feeling that happens in other bodies. Yeah. From that aspect, I wanted.
But sometimes you can also feel. See, when you're going on the road and suppose there's a cyclist in front of your car and it falls down, it crashes into the car in front and it falls down and hurts itself on the road, immediately an ouch comes from there also. What is felt? Yeah. Like that. But what I was saying was that what is omnipresent is your own presence. That is where it is said that the Sadguru is this. Your own presence is the Sadguru. How? You're experiencing it right now. Everything which is appearing is being experienced inside you. Is there anything experienced outside of this? Even the appearance of all of us, Baba, Amma, Ananta, is experienced inside you. So which one is the omnipresent one? This I which you cannot get rid of. That is all ever present. So these all the masters are pointing you to your own omnipresence in our own different ways.
So is it so for a master, the omnipresence is felt because presence is not localized. It is everywhere.
Exactly.
So when I am that, even
the little switch you have.
Nisargadatta Maharaj said, even to say I am that is a fallacy, because how can you say, how can you define it as that? So
I think that the one simple switch that will happen for you is that the sense that I am is within space. Even that will switch and you will realize that it is the space which is within the I am. Then this concept of I being everywhere is not true. It is everywhere which is within I. Time and space are appearing in service to me, for this realm, the play of this realm to continue. If you try to keep finding yourself within space, you will not succeed that way.
again, those things happen.
Well, I have not seen, but I don't want to discount any of that. It's completely possible. You could get a siddhi, you could do some training, get all this.
Because I read somewhere, Amar, some editor on a magazine became realized, and somebody wanted to test, and he said he wrote something, and the reply came. While you were writing, I was that which knew that you were writing.
Yes.
So that omnipresence was shown by that master that he knew everything.
But that I that knew that writing is happening is which I?
It is the ever-present I in everything.
Which I?
Absolute.
The awareness
That is
itself.
aware
It is the
of
knowingness
everything.
itself. The knowingness itself is aware of any action.
What I want to really know
Yes.
is you can feel me, right?
Huh?
You can feel me.
The sensations which are in your body, no.
You know everything about me if you want to know.
If I spent a few years picking up going to some teachers who can teach me about, how to get into all the thoughts which you're believing about yourself, if some energy
But
was there.
but from the point of view from awareness, it's stupid. It's really stupid. I mean,
I'm not saying it.
contemplating on that, whatever I'm saying is so stupid because why do you need to know all this garbage that everybody has? Garbage.
And yet, intuitively, it can come like, I'll tell you how it plays. It doesn't play in any personal ways. You see, it doesn't play like, okay, I know what the next lottery ticket is, so I can just go buy that. Or which share is going to grow 20 times in 1 year, so let's go buy that. It doesn't operate like that. You see, if this was there, then it would just play like that. What it plays like that is many times when some words are coming from here, then many will come and report that, oh, this is answering my question even before me asking. Or you knew exactly what you had to tell me. So this supreme intelligence of intuition which flows from the presence is all knowing but is not interested in all this personal benefits. It just wants to use his voice to point to the truth of what you are.
But at the same time, this beautiful God, the Absolute, comes in new form. Then the struggling souls in samsara, and drowning.
Very slow. So the Absolute comes into the presence of God. Then
they come to help humanity. The Dharma is.
wait. Slowly, the Absolute awareness within which being is born. Then what happens? Slowly. Don't just take any leaps. Being is born. Then
Being is born. There's a large function of collecting these of making. I mean, bringing the souls.
wait. No souls here. Being is here. Then what happens?
Being is here.
Yes. What else is here? Nothing. So far, the Absolute is there, and the pure sense I am is there.
And
Then
it is itself playing. Itself
as
playing.
in what way?
as Itself playing and manifested in everybody. In everybody.
Where does this everybody come from?
Everybody come from.
There was awareness, the Absolute. Then there was being, God, consciousness, whatever you call it. This was there. Now, where did everybody come from? Is there everybody yet?
Everybody is an illusion of itself, pretending to be a person. But in this great illusion, it wants to help. The wrong
Great illusion.
identification and and it wants to help those which are caught up in.
That is not being.
That is not.
Those who are deeply identified, that is separate from being.
It's not separate.
Not separate.
It's not separate. Projection,
It's
suffering,
everything, including the play of helping,
including
is only a projection.
It's a projection. It's a grand projection.
Yet, still, as beautiful as it might be, it's only a play of light in this world, in this realm.
It's only a play of light. There's so much deep sorrow. So much deep sorrow.
Sorrow.
So much. That's the projection in a manifestation. There's so much sorrow. So much sorrow. So when I have sorrow, I go to a master You can give me some solace. So I go to Amma and tell Amma, I'm struggling, this is that, this is that. I'm crying, and Amma is listening and happy. That's a great thing. And at that moment, that is nullified. So, although it is from the perspective of what we are learning by the grace, your grace, and whatever we are now. We went through all that.
Yeah.
Went through all that. So also it has its.
Okay, so did it, in our contemplation together, did it sort out this omnipresence thing? Or? You expect a body to be omnipresent.
No, I don't expect a body to be omnipresent.
You expect what should be omnipresent?
You know, these manifestations, these the power of God is seen. It is for those souls who are struggling with this.
What do you mean by soul? Let's clarify all the definitions. Can there be a struggling soul?
Seemingly so.
No, only the seeming suffering of those who are pretending to be people. When you suffer without pretending.
You cannot suffer without pretending. But in that time, when I come, Yama Master, I come, Master, I'm so much suffering, so much agony. You're giving, you're not showing it off and say, this is stupid and you are never this. And all. You are compassionate and you say, okay, yes. You feel sorry for the crowd. I mean, like, compassion in the phenomenal world has its place.
Yeah, but you're talking about the omnipresence.
Yeah, I'm talking about omnipresence because somehow
So this is clear when, for example, when you say that, okay, Baba is omnipresent, then I didn't want to let Amma in, but I realized Amma is also omnipresent. Then you realize what? That if both are omnipresent, they must be one.
I was not so intelligent at that time.
No, now I'm saying, now you see this, isn't it? Now you see this.
Now I see that. Now it's not an issue. Now it's not an issue to go to any master. Although I love you as my dear, accept you. I have no problem. I'm not feeling guilty at all. Earlier I used to feel guilty. I dropped Amma. In 23 years I dropped her. Never went to her. So
yes, this is also the arrogance of the mind that my master should be like this. My master has to be my master. Even here it was there. So this also then drops because when life shows you your master, then there's nothing you can do about it. I dropped, I picked up, now I'm going here, I accept you, I don't accept you, all this swept aside.
Yes. There is terminology, there is vocabulary, words, which have no relevance, it's all rubbish.
Mostly. Just to converse, we can.
Sometimes you need to be stupid to know that you're stupid.
It's not stupidity. I feel that it's very why I need to demystify these ideas. Otherwise, I could have just. I have no trouble with what you said. You said, okay, Baba, then Amma, like that, and I would say very beautiful. It's completely fine. But for me, the way of inquiry has been to look at all these things. What does it mean by omnipresent? What does it mean by omniscient? And you realize that what is being spoken about is completely true, but we had it mixed up in our mind. So that which presence is not coming and going, as long as this waking state is there, that within which time and space are appearing, that must be the omnipresence. Cannot be if you have some superhuman tricks and you're able to appear here, there, everywhere, that is omnipresent. That is still not it's still here and there and there. It could be 100 places at the same time, but still not omnipresent. Only your presence is omnipresent. So this is what is usually called level confusion. That when you're speaking at the level of consciousness, then I can easily say I am omnipresent, I am all there is. Means what? I'm omnipresent, I'm omniscient, I am all there is. I can say like that. You see? But if it is confused and taken by you that he's implying his body is omnipresent, you see? It doesn't function in this realm like that. This body is still just this body with its atoms and molecules. Am I saying that there have been none who have had these siddhis? I don't know. But I have seen that. I have never seen the body of one being in two places at the same time. Never had that direct experience, only in stories.
Bilocation is a fact in spiritual sciences. He denies that. It's there in books. People have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's there in books and stories, but I have not had the experience. Like I have not had the experience that Ranveer is sitting here and somebody calls me and says, "Oh, I'm with Ranveer," and he's saying, I have not had that. And I only speak from my direct experience. So I'm not putting down any siddhis or superpowers or things. I'm just saying I have not experienced it like that. Nobody has reported anything like this. Indirectly, in stories I've read.
Can I share something? It's a very natural thing for kids because their ego hold is not that much. They say it effortlessly, they just walk away. Like my daughter, if I asked her, my son was writing a 5.5-hour exam this Sunday. So I just asked her, how is he doing? In 1 minute, she just closed her eyes and she said, there's a lot going on in his stomach and his neck. And then I said, okay, I'll pray. And I said, love. And then when he came back, I said, what happened? And he said, there was a little break. I didn't eat. So I was very hungry. My stomach was churning a lot. So I think it's an effortless thing for kids. It's nothing like a siddhi or anything like that. It's just that we get so caught up in our own entity that we fail to effortlessly connect, I guess. That's all.
This intuitive sense can have all these abilities, which for me is like
it's just normal thing. It's not a
like mothers will know when their children
that's a common thing.
Those kind of things. For me, what I've always said is that if there are some who are expecting me to know their futures and what's going to happen, then I never even to close my eyes and go to this intuitive sense and say, okay, can you tell me about tomorrow? It seems yucky. I don't know. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's just not natural for something here to want to know about what's going to happen tomorrow, what's happening over there. And I'm fine. I mean, I'm sure some can have that kind of
most kids can do it. I think so. There's nothing so unusual about it. Maybe we were wired that way.
Yes, for me it's very beautiful like this because then it's a pointer to this one being and everything being just a projection of this one consciousness. So there must be some intelligence is coming that way, then it must be some connection which is allowing it to flow. It must be this presence which is there.
Guruji, you made one point to that. Is it okay?
Yeah, please.
You said for this switch has to happen for you that you have to know that this space is appearing in I am. I am not. I am is not.
Did I say has to happen? What I mean is that very naturally his insight will appear. The only thing that has to happen is that you don't believe your next thought. Now everything else will appear. Sometimes you can use language like that, and it's good you pointed out so I can clarify. So if there is the sense that something has to happen, then just don't believe your next thought. and all the other insights about all of this space appearing within me, the world being just a projection inside me, all this can happen as insights.
So in this saying, when you mean the space, do you mean this phenomenal space or the space of that space?
I meant the phenomenal space because when he was saying everywhere, he was referring to this phenomenal space.
How that space in
You
which
know,
forms is seen as appearing. I feel it is one of the qualities of being. So I cannot say that
yes, the phenomenal space is appearing just within the space of being.
so that is space of being. I feel it's synonymous with
Yes, exactly. Very good. There's no way you can say that this is being, and by the way, this is the space of being. Being itself is the space of being.
and the only thing which is prior to this space is awareness.
Awareness. Yes. And then we can say the being is rising within the space of awareness, but we mean just awareness itself. So the space of nothingness. You know that if you're saying nothingness, means it's not phenomenal anyway. So the word space is limited in that. You can't really use it like that. And all of this, the beautiful part of it is that we're not having an intellectual discussion. It is from our direct experience that we are able to check awareness. The sense I am is here, which has no bounds. And all that is experienced as some energy within this consciousness experiencing itself energetically. Because it would be very boring if it was just. Okay? And also, those who are hearing, you're just hearing it intellectually, then it could be very confusing and boring. A space of being, and then space of awareness, and space which is phenomenal space. So when I point, then just look for yourself. How do you experience your body? Is it not experienced inside you? Is it reported from somewhere outside of you? All your sensations of the body, the boundaries of the body, the images that the mind is creating about the body and the rest of the world, the sensation of touch, of sound, of smell, of sight. All of this is experienced inside what? And because it has always been so natural for us, we have not looked at it. We're so used to looking at the content of what is appearing and disappearing that we have neglected the space in which it is appearing and disappearing. And then you will automatically say this that there is nothing outside of me. It is all one. And actually, I am just the witness of even this. Directly, right now, this can be your experience, is your experience. God is to be found now. There's this story of this Sufi saint who goes like a beggar to a kingdom and goes and knocks on the king's palace and tells the guards, tell the king that I have come. Tell the king I have come. And the guard goes, reports to the king, and he says, There is this man dressed as a beggar who has come. He says, I'm not expecting who is he. Go ask him who is he. So it's a longer story, but we'll give you the short version. So the guard goes and says, are you another king? He said, no, I'm higher than that. And the guard goes, reports and says to the king, he is saying, I'm higher than a king. Are you the emperor of this entire land? And the guard goes and asks him. He says, no, I'm higher than that. Then the question is asked, higher than emperor, are you God? And this one says, I'm higher than that. And then it is told to him that higher than God is nothing. And the Sufi saint says, I am that nothing, which is higher than even God. The beautiful story what you are in this moment experiencing the truth of it for yourself. You are aware of your presence, of God presence as consciousness. And this I is no thing, is nothing. And yet it is aware of all there is. This I. Allow yourself, allow your being to recognize this truth. Are you aware now? Awareness is aware of itself. It is the recognition of itself as no thing. It doesn't have any desire or capacity to be at odds with any appearance. All is allowed. How long will we be enamored in this play of appearances, all coming and going? Attachments and aversions to just this play of light and sound. How long will this allegiance to our thoughts our interpretations, our judgments, our resistance. How long will we hang on to this made up idea of me, the idea of separation which never happened? And I ask how long, not because I am in a rush, it is because you are saying that I am done. If you're saying I'm done playing, then be done with it. Just stop. Stop your seeking, stop your finding, stop the humility, stop the specialness. Stop understanding, stop believing. Stop all pretense. And just for one instant, for one moment, directly see for yourself what you are. No need to report anything. Just find out who is looking, who is watching, who is the witness of all appearances. Just for one moment, turn away from the world and all your ideas about it and just look at the one who is looking. In this instant, you have found what you have been looking for, and you have found nothing because it was never lost. You have have only ever been this. And if we want to play this game of seeking and finding, let's play it instantly. Let's play the instant version. Right now, look at who's looking, and it is done. Before you can make a report about it, are you not this witnessing? Are you not this awareness? Are you not this knowing? Are you not aware now? Nothing in this realm I have to offer you, because I have no fleeting gifts to give. All that is here is a mirror reflecting your own presence. The dance of this world of appearances is never ending, and every day there's a new show on offer. And because you have said, I'm done with this entertainment, I point you to the truth of what you are. This is the sacred arrangement you have made with yourself to transcend this Maya now. And yet, as she dances, you feel to dance with her. While your presence awaits patiently for just one look. For that sacred meeting where we are one. There is no haste here. There is the reminder of the promise you made to yourself. And all it takes is just this one look. Are you aware now? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
There is a deepening of sadness. You know what it means? This is from here. You're already connected. You are already there. So where is this deepening you're talking? One concept.
Yes, the deepening, if at all, I don't say so often actually, but if at all it is to be spoken, it's just the As you're dropping more and more of these identifications, they come into the space of unassociated being. So that which was so deeply associated with the contents of appearances now is getting unassociated and coming to the realization of the pure, unidentified being, unidentified presence. If it is a sense of personal accomplishment or personal deepening, that would be as much of a delusion as any other personal endeavor.
This is no person.
Exactly.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In silent retreat, the day you said that you taste silence, there was a beautiful taste of silence in a little while. Then the next day there was another flavor. These are all just appearances, isn't it?
Even these, the most sublime, most beautiful experiences are just flavors of this realm, not a play of consciousness. Awareness is fully aware even in sleep. When there is no state. Can we say there was a flavor of anything? Talk about the different varieties of dreams, and we can talk about the experiences of waking. But sleep is just sleep. Now, what can happen is that we can feel like I must go towards more of these flavors. But that means that God doesn't know what He's doing. He doesn't know how much of what flavor to put in my food. So, just we're trying to direct the flow of the river with, with this small twig saying, okay, now I put it that way, so the river is flowing that way. It's just delusion. You see. Life is flowing in its own most beautiful way. Now, what did you do to be here now? You know, beautifully life put it together for you. Your friend Narsimha Murthy, you said this one is here. You said I met Guruji in Tiruvannamalai some time ago. And this, and when you came, it was not this thing that you will have this connection and keep coming. It was just like an exploration. And yet it happened so beautifully. This is grace is flowing with everything, not just these beautiful moments, but everything is then grace. If there was a person that existed, it would not be able to do this.
Okay.
Dana says sometimes I see a lot of fear or a lot of weird energy when I look for the person. I can't find an origin. Yes, it is really weird because I find we always blame ourselves when something goes good or bad. Yes, but when we try to find the one to blame, really look for it, we don't find. And for a while, it can seem like all kinds of resistance and forces are coming to prevent our looking, but nothing can prevent you from looking at the truth of what you are. So, whatever might be coming, find out who is witnessing that. Weird energy is coming, who is witnessing that? Only in this realm of content and appearances can things change. But you are prior to that. Nicholas says, this I am is all pervasive, question mark, sort of like air to us. It's challenging to confirm that the body mind is arising in the I am, not the other way around. I feel it's a very beautiful contemplation, and initially the mind can throw a lot of resistance at this. It's actually very simple. Take the sensations of the body and find out, just simply look at where they're being experienced. You will see that it's experienced inside me. The sense of I amness is experiencing all of this. And find the edges, the contours of your body, also the visuals which your mind might be giving you to confirm that this is your body. See that all of this is being experienced here. And what are the boundaries of this here? You find that actually look, go a little bit beyond, 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 and keep looking. And you will find that it has no end, this being. And with this simple looking, as often as you like, you will see that I cannot be hurt, I cannot be attacked, nothing is happening to me, and I cannot suffer. Even the resistances that are coming, you use them for your inquiry and see where the resistances are being experienced. Where are the thoughts appearing inside you? Where is the discomfort feeling appearing inside you? Is there anything experienced outside this you? And you find that all of this is within me. And yet, I, as the witness, am not within this. This witnessing remains untouched, unmoved through all of this. Pachi says, Father, how will this dream get over? And when? This dream gets over every night when we go to sleep. There's nothing wrong with the dream per se. The only cause of suffering is our misidentification as the non-existent entity. When you have enough of the dream, it disappears. When you want to play more with this light and sound, it appears. But not personally. For the person, it becomes a struggle. But the good news is that no person has ever existed. It's only been an idea. So Guruji would have very much liked to see you.
I want to stay there.
How is he feeling now?
He has like an eye infection. I don't know. Is it stomach? Stomach is on. Do you know when you would do the videos?
I think he will close on time. So by 1:15 we can go. Let's see whatever feels.
It's just that Shauna comes back at 1:30. Stay, I don't know. I'll wait for his message.
Okay, Debbie says, Father, I surrender the delusion of myself at your holy feet. Belief in this one is dissolving as I confirm my true position as awareness, only possible through your grace. So beautiful. Just this simple confirming of our true position. Very good. Don't believe yourself to be anything. Because some of you are just waiting for that belief to come that I am awareness. It's not in the belief. Waiting for the belief to come that I am awareness is just waiting for mental confirmation. What do you see yourself to be every time you check? Every single time you check now, you find that you are this awareness. You find no person. You don't need to wait for any belief or to trust that I am awareness. Just confirming our true position as awareness. Even for things that are phenomenal, we'll say, okay, if I can check this 10 times, then it's pretty much confirmed that it is that. So how many times you want to confirm? And I know it's natural, I'm pushing you a little bit, but
Very
you must contemplate also because you get stuck sometimes in this seeker mindset. Not done. So checking happens on awareness, and quickly thought will come, but still not that final. It's just a thought. Then again you check, what am I awareness? And then says, yeah, but not, you're not like Ananta yet or Guruji yet. Something, just a mental play.
Rama says the same.
Yes, yes.
Poetry.
Yeah.
In the Parayana, it says, same, how many times you keep checking your mat.
Yes. Exactly.
Once you know it, you just leave it.
Yeah.
You know it.
And the best part is that we can never lose this. There's always only awareness. It's not going anywhere. We can identify what are the still our favorite parts of the play that we enjoy playing as people. When we say, yes, 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 I'm not done playing as these parts yet, it's completely fine, leave me alone. Which is then fine. If you say, I'm done, completely done. And then inside there's still something that wants to play something. This will be helpful if this dichotomy can be removed. Although I know that this is also part of the play. It's very beautiful if you just have the simple integrity. Like for mothers, I've said, don't worry about mother identity. Keep it, no doubt. For many of ours, said it's okay. So somebody asked me when Janaki, she's not here, but Janaki says, Nantaji, all thoughts are not able to believe. Just this one is stuck. I have to believe. And she wasn't expecting my answer. I said, okay, believe that one. Because the mind makes this black or white position. It says he will say, no, not even that. Okay, I say, okay, believe that. Thought I'll give you. I'll give you 5. You keep 5. It's not so serious. Yes,
Because most of the time they're less than 3.
exactly. In fact, more than 3 identities we cannot play with also properly. We have to keep reminding ourselves.
Now, in retrospect, when I see, I have relaxed even that mother identity is also loosened,
Yeah.
and I'm not doing much and letting things happen. And I'm seeing that my older son is taking on the mother responsibility now because he says, "You're not doing." So he's like doing, taking care, going up and down the stairs, telling my sister is not doing it. She's going to miss it. I see that happening between the two of them.
Life is so interconnected. And something always takes on whatever needs to be done. Something always happens. And the sense of personal doership is very, very egoic actually. It's the foundation of ego. Also, this question: what do I do about doership? It's a habit. It's just a habit.
Father, I think we are not accepting your
I know
that you
that's
are saying, because one reason of it is also because awareness has never known any bondage. So
Yeah.
how can it know any freedom? Like I was reading Ganeshwar yesterday, and he said very beautifully about when Satchit Anand, the absolute does not know it. Because poison is not a poison to itself.
Yes.
If there is only bliss, then how can it know itself? In the same way, the awareness, or we call it the absolute, has never been free, has never been bound,
Bound.
and it has no concept of any freedom also. It has no knowledge of any freedom also, because it is guided with all of this.
Yes, yes. But to expect that the words will do something for awareness is not the expectation here. That's like saying, "Oh, the night sky is there. Let me go and convince it that it is the sky," or something like that. It's not for awareness. It is just being is playing this game with itself. Where being is looking that way and pretending to be a person. Now being is looking that way and looking at its own source and what it is actually made up of. So this entire play is consciousness playing. Awareness. Who would want to say anything to awareness? What can you say to awareness? Right? It's impossible to say anything to that which is indescribable.
And I was contemplating like things like oneness, and love, and all the fantasy words which we use in poetry, or expression, or like celebration, or prayer, or when these things are like external to the awareness.
Yes, it appears like in front. In front.
Secondary. And that's why when you ask, I don't know. I don't know is the better story. It feels more right yesterday than to even say that I do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe freedom. What's that? For who?
Something here was saying something very beautiful. The thoughts that I imagine me, or whatever, like I am a person is just a thought, not in without is real. Even
Yes,
the
exactly.
thought is just, it, something has to just clear away, it's just a bit apart, like just, oh my god, the thought cannot be there.
So what I mean by these fresh insights will keep appearing as you're reading yourself of this personal idea, personal identity. All these fresh. Aparna says, not one word was heard. Totally wildness of attention in the woods. Still all is seen. Attention in the woods, you're being poetic or you went somewhere? It just came up. Okay. There's some question earlier from Radhika. Feels like there is some deeper realization to be seen, a deeper recognition. No. Are you aware now is the deepest recognition? So don't buy any idea of deeper. Like he was saying earlier, what is this deepening? Is more and more this are dropping the beliefs and ideas that we have about ourselves, and that can be experienced as a very deep state of stillness. But the deep state of stillness is not it. The state of inactivity, of no mind, is also not it. Because it's in none of these states. Although they are beautiful to experience, it's not about anything like that. The simple recognition that as awareness, I am aware of myself. This is the deepest recognition that you can have. Nothing deeper than this. Yes, it can seem like less and less time is being spent on being deluded. If that is what we mean by deeper, more and more of that will happen. But in terms of what is needed to be seen, it's just this non-phenomenality of yourself, that you don't exist as a thing, you are nothing. There can be nothing deeper than that. Because there already is nothing. There's nothing more subtle than nothing. See what I mean?
Self-abidance is the highest, is it? And there's everything else is less than that. Yet devotion is it is
Okay, so very often I've demystified this concept of self-abidance. Because if you read even Bhagwan sometimes will say, all you have to do is abide in the self. And very often he will say, but the self is always the self, what is there to abide? So based on the questioner and the ripeness of the ears of the questioner, the different instructions can flow. What I am mostly pointing at is, how can you leave the self and show me? If you cannot leave it, then what is there to do to abide? Devotion.
why did Siddha Maheshwara, Siddha,
Siddharameshwara?
Siddha,
Okay.
Nisargadatta Maharaj's guru, master, asked him to sing bhajans. As who can give to? There was a question, I think, in Nisargadatta. Can I give you? And this was the answer. Bhajans, sing to me 4 times. Maybe it was meant for others. Because
There's nothing wrong with that. And Maharaj went to his master. Maharaj, was an uneducated man. So you would not be able to say awareness and consciousness and things like this. So Maharaj, when you hear his story, he said that I just enjoyed because they used to sing bhajans and I used to enjoy singing bhajans with them. Okay? So he was caught because it's the honey of the devotion and the bhajan. Okay? Then he says that my master gave me only one instruction, which was that just remain with the sense I am. Nothing else. That's all you have to do. And he was that in that surrendered state where he took that pointing and he took it like really seriously. And he says that for 3 years I was just with the sense I am. And in 3 years then I was awake. But I'm not saying that. Why? Because when I try to stay with the sense I am, attention would last half an hour, 1 hour. 3 years out of the question. So then either I could have become depressed and said, okay, this is not happening for me. First, I couldn't figure I am itself for a long time. You see? But then, even when it was clear, it was no chance here that attention could be in that sort of control that it would stay with the sense I am. You see? So, what does that mean? Either it means that I'm a hopeless case, at least in this lifetime, no freedom, or there must be something. This cannot be the only way to recognize the truth of what I am. So, and everyone speaks from their direct experience. So I find that for me, I find not much value in trying to keep attention here or there and how long will it last anyway. For me, it's so much simpler to just stop believing that you're a person. But if you say, but that I want to do like that, I have this more of this urge to have a practice like this, nothing stops you. So I find the power of belief much more easy to manage, and I feel it's common experience that it's easier to manage than the power of attention. Both attention and belief are required for pretense. For the pretending to be a person, you need both attention and belief. So, for me, bhajan, very beautiful. Any practice you say, I'm able to stay with the sense I am, very beautiful. You want to chant a japa, very beautiful. No trouble. But I'm saying the simplest way is just don't believe the next half. Because I find that the simplest. You know, I enjoy also bhajan very much. So may those who sing bhajan with full devotion may also be given this grace that they come to the recognition of the self. But just in the words or just in the being able to sing well is not devotion. May true devotion arise and may it lead to the true recognition of the self for all those. You want to repeat what the question was?
It's a loss to say anything. It is a loss.
It's a loss?
It's a loss from point of view of awareness. This is a less. Is lesser.
Yes, nothing can truly describe awareness.
You can't glorify awareness.
Yes, you can't even glorify it, yes.
You can't even touch it. Yet it is beautiful because it is beautiful expression of the heart. And then there's a union. There's a collapse of
Will you go to some workshop or something on the weekend? I'm not backing. I'm just asking whether, because some new concepts are there today which have not, I felt have been brushed aside for a long time ago.
I don't know, it's just happening. Anything happens.
I know.
Nobody is here.
It can be like sometimes initially I would feel like I should not have this weekend break. Because it can be like, oh, the fire burning. And then I find that as we go along, then we're in sync even with terminology and how we're looking at things and things. But when something new appears and seems like the potential to add confusion is in that. Like the concept of union is very popular, like yoga is a union and things like this. But we've actually transcended that months ago.
there's a collapse there's a collapse of subject object in Islam, isn't it?
Collapse of subject object in heaven. It can seem like all objectiveness is one. In devotion, it can seem like all of this objectness is one. But and that can be the momentum for the looking at the subject just subjectively. But just in the sense of union with the rest of the appearance is not necessarily the collapse of the subject-object seeming duality. What I'm simply saying is that no collapse is needed. When we recognize ourselves to be what we are, then nothing needs to happen. Not even the seeming union, because nothing is seen to be separate anyway. So why I have to snap at some words like that? Because if it becomes like a concept that I have to come to that union, then again it becomes like something that you have to do. But here what is being pointed is this direct, instantaneous recognition of what you are. And you tell me if any separation is seen. So if no separation is seen, then don't pick up any union.
The sweetness flows to love itself. That's why the creation happened, isn't it?
Yes, that's a beautiful, beautiful way to look at it. My favorite one is the entertainment one. But this is my second favorite. To experience the love which is in service to unassociated being could be reason enough for this creation. I like that. But it is not the end of you. Even though it might be the purpose of creation, it is still not about you. Because you are not the creation. You are the creator, created, and all which is yet to come. So I will not let you settle for even this. Although it can seem, I know, even the words when they come, it can seem like, oh, I'm being harsh or something like that. I'm not, because I don't want you to undermine yourself. I don't want you to get stuck in some.
Can you say that again? Creative.
I'm saying that even if the presence of love is in service, you find that it's in service to your being, okay, and it could be the purpose of creation itself. It is still not about you. See, because you're not just the creation. You are the creator, created, and all that has to come. So I will not allow you to undermine yourself and say, Okay, that is why I'm here, just to experience His love or something like that. It's a part of the experiencing. Beautiful, very beautiful part of it. We should end now because we have to do the recording also. Omkar says, Father, you point so directly that there is no room for the seeker identity to form. Other teachings, on the other hand, strengthen the seeker identity by giving them practices to get somewhere. So we can't compare direct pointing to journey, yes, or come up with analogies between them. Thank you all so very much for joining in Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Mujiji ki Jai.
Jai.
Are we set for the record? Are we doing it outside? So how would it be if I took the computer along like this? Are we going to be standing or sitting or what? Will it be strange? What is it? Yeah, the virtual reality. No, we just have specs.
Something is reflecting on
No.
the space.
Computer screen.
Yeah, computer screen.
Oh my god, it was
It's just the
And I
screen.
think it has your picture.
No. Yeah.
Has your picture there. We can try for it.
Yeah. I feel like we're taking a half family photos. That's it's okay. I know she's right. Thank you, Jayesh, for moderating very beautifully. We can end the broadcast now.